Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Merrill. I'm here to read aloud the questions for Johnny Appleseed. By now you should have viewed the video that was linked to your Google Classroom assignment, and you should have your Google form shown for Johnny Appleseed questions. This is a little different than how we have answered questions in the last week. However, I know that many of you are familiar with Google Forms because your other teachers use this format, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Make sure that you have your forms opened as well because this is just a video. It is not the actual form that you will be recording your questions and answers to, okay? So Disney's American Legends, Johnny Appleseed questions. Directions. Answer the questions about the legend Johnny Appleseed. Read each question carefully and select the best answer option. Some of the questions have a time frame for you to revert back to the video if needed, meaning that there will be a certain minutes or seconds that you can go back to the video and rewatch to listen for what is being told. I know the directions say you only have one attempt at these questions, so choose wisely. However, if I feel that you need to redo the assignment, I will be sure to email each of you individually and let you know, okay? Vocabulary tip, you can definitely use dictionary.com or some other vocabulary tool if needed. And notice right here it says your email address will be recorded when you submit this form. I will just be given an email that will show who has completed or submitted this form, okay? All right, as we scroll down, notice that we have an asterisk, which means required. So any question that has an asterisk by it will mean that it is a required question to answer, such as your last name and your first name. So you would just click in here and write or type in your last name. So I would type in Merrill, and then I would go and type in Nicole for my first name because those two are required. Now, I am not going to answer the questions as I read them aloud, but I just want to show you that you definitely can type in your first and your last name. Now, if you forget to answer a question and try to submit, you will notice that the red box does pop up and it says this is a required question. So notice we have an asterisk right here, an asterisk right here, and an asterisk right here. That means all of these so far are required questions, okay? All right, let's scroll down to our first question and get started. There is a picture of Johnny Appleseed, but let me go ahead and scroll down to question 1. Once I have read question 1, I suggest that you pause this video in order to maybe play back the video if you need, or just to answer the question, okay? And you can replay this question over and over again as many times as you need. Okay, let's get started with our questions. Question 1. How does the structure of this story contribute to the meaning? This question is just asking, how is this story set up? How is this story told? Is it told in some sort of order? Does it compare and contrast something? So what does the structure mean? How does it help us understand? A, the story demonstrates the cause and effect of planting apple seeds for pioneers. B, the story is chronologically structured, which helps the reader understand the impact Johnny Appleseed made during his life. Remember that chronologically means over time, okay? So it could be the early time period of something and then over the years or seasons. So remember, chronological order is over time. C, the story reveals the struggles that the pioneers faced without any apples and the means they went through to get them. Or choice D, the story describes Johnny Appleseed's internal struggle because he was not strong enough to go west with the pioneers. Go ahead and pause this video so that you can answer question 1. Okay, hopefully you have answered question 1. Here is question 2. Notice that the quote in this box right up here goes along with the actual question. In question 2, notice that you have a time frame, 11 minutes and 58 seconds to 12 minutes and 24 seconds. In order to help answer this question correctly, we suggest that you go back to that minute, 11:58, and watch until 12 minutes and 24 seconds to help you. All right, here's the quote for question 2. Well, as time went by, Johnny kept right on planting his apple trees and making friends everywhere. And his best friends were the pioneers, for of course John was planting more than an apple tree. He was planting his own boundless faith and courage too. And that gave folks new heart, new hope in the job that they had to do. Okay, question 2. In the video, how do these sentences contribute to the reader's understanding of the theme? Well, from those sentences, it sounds like Johnny was helping others, not by just planting apple trees, but he was actually planting courage, or he was showing people that being brave and having faith can definitely help us. Okay, so in the video, how do these sentences contribute or help us understand the theme? A, it demonstrates Johnny Appleseed's desperation to create friendships with the pioneers. I don't know if he was desperate. B, it discusses that Johnny Appleseed didn't really plant apple trees. C, it shows that Johnny Appleseed's good deeds gave the pioneers hope during their time of transitioning or changing. Or D, it describes Johnny Appleseed's change of heart towards the pioneers. Change of heart just means like he had a change in feeling or emotion, and that wasn't really evident in this story. Okay, go ahead and answer question 2. Pause the video if needed. Okay, here we are with question 3. Hopefully by now you have already answered question 2. Question 3. What does the phrase, "he threw his shadow across the land," mean in this selection? Okay, so if you were watching the video, and if you need to go back to 15 minutes and 3 seconds to 15 minutes and 20 seconds, please go ahead and watch that specific part again. So you notice in the video that his shadow is spreading throughout the entire land. What does that mean? Is his shadow really spreading throughout the land, or is it something that he did that's really spreading? So what does that mean? It means that Johnny Appleseed was extremely tall and his shadow was very big. B, it means that Johnny Appleseed traveled many miles with the pioneers. C, it means that Johnny Appleseed became angry and threw his body on the ground. Or D, it means that Johnny Appleseed's gift of planting apple seeds has spread for miles. Go ahead and pause this video to answer question 3. Okay, question 4. How does the repetition of the words tin pot hat, bag of apple seed, and holy book contribute to the overall meaning of the legend? So these 3 things are very important, and they are repeated, and you see them over and over again. So why is it helpful? Remember, when we repeat things, we want people to understand a certain meaning or purpose. So A, the repetition indicates that Johnny Appleseed should not have used those items because they did not help him at all. B, the repetition supports the idea that Johnny Appleseed didn't care about his craft. C, the repetition describes the items Johnny Appleseed needed to teach others his technique. Or D, the repetition proves that Johnny Appleseed only needed simple items to establish something very meaningful. Okay, question 5. Which of the following statements describes the main purpose of the resolution of the legend? So be sure to watch the end of the video. A, it describes how Johnny Appleseed was not successful in helping other pioneers accomplish their dreams. B, it persuades readers to become pioneers and set out on their own journeys. C, it shows that Johnny Appleseed has benefited or helped the pioneers because even after he has passed, his work does not go unseen and others carry on his legacy. Or D, it recognizes Johnny Appleseed as the only pioneer to carry out a successful dream to benefit others. go ahead and answer that question. Make sure once you have all 5 answers recorded that you click the submit button. If you have any questions about anything, please reach out to me. Thank you.